Hi, Todd. Hi, Jocelyn. Good to see you. I like your background. What's that? Oh, you can unmute yourself.
Right. Thank you. It's a cave in Thailand where they built the temple.
Wow.
You can Google cave with temple and it'll call it up. It's really extraordinary.
Yeah, that's crazy. I like the way
found it already?
No, I haven't looked for it, but I'm going to look for it after the class because it's just the light coming down like that.
Yeah, actually, I'll send you the name of it in chat.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'll do.
I'm sure there'll be other people wondering what it is in the class.
Okay, good.
When they've given up trying to find what setting I'm asking them to find, they'll go start searching for things on the web.
Here we go.
Hello, Jane. Hi, welcome. And Anne and Denise, hello.
Hi, how's everybody doing?
Good. And what kind of phones do we have here? My favorite
Galaxy.
Galaxy.
Samsung Galaxy.
Mm-hmm.
Samsung A21.
Mm-hmm. We'll give it a couple more seconds here and then we'll get started on this one because
I'll put the camera.
the first part of the class is a big project, getting the medical ID going.
Motorola.
Motorola, all right. That's what I have, Motorola. All right. Samsung, nope. Thank you, Denise.
Here it is.
Hello, Helen. Welcome. Oh, look at that. Old 78s. Oh, and Google Pixel 4. All right. Okay, we got all we need is an LG and we will have the quartet of major manufacturers.
My Samsung J3 died. It didn't die about 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Oh, really?
The IMS service stopped.
Mm-hmm.
So I could still use phone calls and calculator and camera, but I couldn't get out on Google or I just
Right.
couldn't get out, you know.
Wow.
So I've got a Motorola Ace 5G in a box here. I'm too scared to open it.
Now, what made you go with the Motorola?
It was the best price for a 5G compatible phone.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
Yeah,
That's true because the 5G is going to be expensive.
Yeah, because I go through Consumer Cellular and all their Samsungs started around 700 with the 5G and the Motorola was 275 and I thought it's better to go forward.
Yeah, definitely. Because you want the 5G when it's because they're rolling that out now. That's happening.
So
yeah, that's interesting.
I haven't even untaped it or cut any tape on it.
That's a nice little rainy day project.
That's why
I know how you feel. You get
That's why
I
I'm
know,
here.
I know how you feel. You get that new phone, you're like, oh boy. Because
That's-
once you start it, you have to finish the setup. You gotta, you're in. You're in
Yeah.
for a couple hours at least to get things going.
Oh no, I won't open it for another week then.
It shouldn't be a couple hours. I think the setup is much easier than it used to be.
Yeah, I think Consumer Cellular sends the SIM in it and you just call and activate it.
Yeah.
So then I'll see what I've got.
Yeah. Yeah. I think you'd have to go probably on the website and do some activation thing.
Right.
I know when I did my phone, wasn't too bad. And the SIM, I had to put the SIM in myself and that was fine.
You know,
Just plugged in.
that Consumer Cellular does that.
Oh,
I-
good. That's good. So it came with it.
Yeah.
Right. All right. Well, we should probably get going here. I want to welcome everyone to Get Set Up. We're seniors teaching seniors about technology. We have social hours. Welcome to the class today. This is the Android smartphone security and safety features today we're going to be talking about. My name is Donna. I'm your guide for today. I was in the IT industry for over 30 years. I enjoy helping people get over their fear of technology. And this session is being recorded. If you wish to get a copy of the recording, you can do so by emailing help@getsetup.io. And we do not get paid to promote any of these phones or anything like that. This is strictly for our own training. And for people joining us live stream, come on in, register, and get to know you more about you. All right, so our agenda today, we're going to talk about, first off, the first big thing we're going to do is hopefully complete and set up emergency medical ID for you on your phones. And then we'll talk about how to find your lost phone, how to share your location with loved ones, and a few other things too, if we get to them. I did ask people what type of phones they have. It sounds like it's the usual mix, the Samsungs, one other Motorola, and there's a Google Pixel here today. So we have our usual mix of phones. So let's talk about the first thing on the agenda is putting emergency information on your phone. So this is a complicated one. So this will take a little bit of time. I have two different screens. One's for Samsung and one is for the other phones. But first, let me show you what it looks like on my phone so you get an idea of what I'm talking about. And then when you go to do your phone, you'll have a clearer idea. So when we're talking about this, this is my phone on the right side of the screen. I'm going to have it, oops, I don't want to shut it off. Hold on. I want to just put it to sleep. All right, so it's asleep. Something's happened, maybe. Someone comes up to my phone and they do this. All right, so they see a message. First thing I have put on here is a lock screen message, and it just says call contacts under emergency. All right. Well, how did they do that? First thing they're going to do is swipe my screen. And here's the emergency part. They're going to swipe from the bottom. And by the way, EMTs know this on phones. They know how to do this. So this is what an EMT is going to do. They're going to come in here. They're going to go under emergency. And up above, I have entered emergency information. And by the way, anyone who finds your phone, they are able to they could make a phone call from your phone from here too. But up above here, I have put in emergency. So the first thing I did was I put emergency information on my lock screen, and that's up to you. You can just do that. You could say, call this number, in emergency, call this number, and that's it. Or if you want to, you can go to the second level, which is to put in emergency information like this. So when I click on this, they're going to have to tap twice to get in. Now they see info. Put in whatever you want to put in. You can put in, I have diabetes. I have, metal in my body, because if they have to do a scan on your body or something, if you've got, for some reason you have a lot of metal, you might want to let them know about that. Anything that they need to know. And then you go to contacts. And under here, I'm not going to do it right here, but you will put in a phone number of who to contact in this emergency. You can put as many contacts as you want. So this is what it looks like on your phone. So I'm going to get my phone out of the way. Well, first of all, actually, no, I'm not going to get my phone out of the way. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you on my phone where I had to go. And by the way, just bear with me. I know Samsung, it's going to be a little different, but we're going to go through this. So on my phone, let me get my phone back up. I'm going to go under my settings.
If you put the emergency number in, do you have to have a locked phone? Or if you don't have a locked phone, you just have the emergency. You don't need to have a locked phone for it.
If your phone isn't locked, what you could do is in your contacts, you could put a top contact and it says, you could have it give the title like AA or something to make sure it stays at the top, right? Alphabetically, it'll stay at the top. And you could say, in emergency, call this number.
Okay.
So if your phone's completely unlocked, I found a phone one time on the ground and the person didn't lock their phone. So I just went and I called Dad. They had Dad in their contacts. I thought, oh, that's a safe bet. And I called Dad and I found out, oh yeah, that's his son's phone. And, they lived only a few blocks away from me and we were able to give him his phone back. So Dad had to call his son and say, hey, your phone is 3 blocks away. You dropped it. So, but if you lock your phone, then they can't get in. So and what you can do, if you don't care about the medical part, you can just put in that message at the top that just says, call, if lost phone, call this number. And then if there is a medical emergency, and everyone who picks up your phone is going to call that number when they see that. If you just want to have that. So for instance, I'm going to go under my security and location. And right next to where you're going to put in your screen lock, there is a settings, a little setting gear icon. You're going to click on that. And then you're going to see lock screen message. And I have that's what I put in, call contacts under emergency. You could put call this number. If lost, call this number. Whatever you want to put, you can put there. Sorry. And then the emergency information, I have to go down to system, to about phone. I have a section for emergency info. So I can go in here and I can put in all the info I want. Excuse me. Sorry. So that's under about phone. And that will handle whoever, that's right. There's a Motorola in a box. So that doesn't help that Motorola. It's got to come out of the box before you can use that. You can use that information. So that shows you the two different things. So you have the lock screen, and then you also have that ability to put in emergency information. Like I showed you, you could have your blood type. If you're diabetic, what they need to know, what type of medications they need to know about, any allergies you have, like if you're a penicillin person, don't give me this, or anything you have, you can put it all in there so that, if they find your phone, so something has happened to you, they can know immediately, the EMTs, what to do. All right. So what I ran through will take care of most average Androids. LG people, you have a little different in settings. You have a general tab and an SOS mode. There's an SMS. Does anybody have LG here? Oh, you do, Carol. Okay, good. Hi, Carol. Good to see you. You snuck in there. Yeah, so this is your LG. Have you set this up yet, Carol?
I might have. I don't know.
No, okay. So you can go to settings under the general tab. And I think there's an SOS mode. Have you seen that area on your
No,
phone?
maybe I didn't, but I'll find it.
Okay. So for you, settings, general, SOS mode, and then you send message to, and then you can enter the information. While you're getting started on that, I'm going to put a screen up for Samsung people. Now, Samsung has so many models with Samsung. It's going to be one of these, depending on the Samsung you have. Under settings, under lock screen and security, and then there's info and apps shortcuts, and then you can enter the owner information and then save. Other Samsungs, it might be under settings, under my device, and then under lock screen. And then you have a lock screen widgets, and then you put in the owner information. And then some of them have this thing called emergency dialer on the Samsungs. I'll give you guys a few seconds. This takes a little while.
I'm totally lost.
Okay, Helen,
On
what
the
kind of phone do you have?
Pixel. It's the Pixel, the Google Pixel.
Oh, the Google Pixel. I believe the Google Pixel is the, oops. I think you're going to be up. You have the security and location section.
I'm now in something. It has personal safety.
There you go.
But it's got like these other things. I'm totally lost. It's got two categories: safety check and emergency sharing. And it lets me put in, I don't know. Now I put in my brother for emergency contact, but it's now asking me. It says, in uncertain situations, set up a time for your phone to check that you're safe.
Oh.
If you don't respond, emergency sharing automatically starts. I don't know whether that means, I don't know. It's very
Yeah. Okay, that's different.
Pixel can check in to confirm if you're safe when you're in an uncertain situation, like walking at night or hiking alone. Oh, I guess I have to start it. Oh, this is way too much for me. I'm getting out of here. This is like really.
That's okay. You can hang on. I can look for something on the internet for you. I can send you an article.
All right. I don't know if I did what I was supposed to do, but I know I got my brother's phone number somewhere, but I don't know whether it's without having to unlock the phone. I'm lost. I don't know what I did.
Okay. Yeah, there are. I know I saw an ad on the TV the other day. Well, maybe it was a Pixel. I'm trying to think what brand it was. And it can detect car crash.
Wow.
And that's the ad. It was a TV ad, and it said something about the phone was going to say, we detected a car crash. Do you need to have someone call 911? That's what it asked. The phone will ask you. And I thought, wow, that is really great. Because, if you're in a car crash, you might just be laying there. And, if you could just say the word yes, I mean, that can save your life.
Yeah.
So I wonder if it was the Google. I'm trying to remember now which one it was. I just saw the ad for the first time yesterday. And I don't remember which brand, which manufacturer has it. But I thought, oh, that's pretty cool. So this whole technology is developing with these.
Well, also you don't
emergency-
want it you don't want it going off when there really isn't a crash either. I know that's
Yeah, exactly. I know. If you're just
medical
clumsy,
alerts. Yeah, I didn't fall. it's just
I know. That would happen to me because I'm walking around the house and I'm always like hitting things against the wall or something. Yeah,
exactly.
because I can't just walk down the hall straight. Yeah.
I'm lost though, because
I'm always leery setting up things like that because if anyone's going to trigger it, I'm going to
Exactly. Me too. But it said that I thought I said it saw that it should show on my lock screen, but I don't see anything on my lock screen.
Oh, that's where you could just put up a quick little emergency call this number. Your lock screen, do you normally unlock your phone?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what that means. On my phone, for instance, let me bring my phone up again. I'm going to put it on.
But
When
I'm
they-
saying when the phone was locked, I mean, I thought that was on, but I don't see the information I put in there.
Oh yeah, because that's what it would be. Like when I go like this is lock screen, and that call contacts under emergency. That's on lock screen.
No.
Did you
I've
maybe you
got-
have to hit save or something? Is there a
I've got all these little icons, like under the date. It's
Mhm.
got like little round plus thing with a circle with a plus inside it. No, those are just message notifications. Never mind. I have no idea. Maybe I have to restart. I don't know. Whatever. I don't care really. So, but now if they click on emergency call, see, it didn't save it. Yeah, it says tap again to set up.
and it didn't save it?
No, but when I go there, I see it.
You see it in the settings, but you don't see it
Yeah.
on the actual screen.
Right. And when I click that emergency information, it says, it gives me the button to set it up. But when I click that, I see it there. So what more do I have to set up? I don't know. I don't understand this.
Oh, that's kind of weird. Yeah, because I know on mine, all I had to do was type in the message, click the save button, and then immediately the next time my phone locked, I saw it right there.
Well,
Maybe you have to restart the phone. That might be.
I'll try that.
Yeah, maybe it has to be restarted.
Maybe I have to restart it. Okay. Thanks.
I can't remember now if I had to restart mine. And let's see. Denise, you asked, after you set up your emergency contacts, is there a way to indicate first, second, or third contacts? Oh, let me see. Let me see if it gave me that choice. Well, it definitely gives you the option of having multiple contacts. I only put in one contact, but I have the option to add more.
Yeah, I added 3, but my spouse is the third one on the list. I thought, well, I'd want him to be called first.
Oh, are they doing it alphabetically?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't see that option, so just thought I'd ask.
Well, that's where you could put in the info. Is there a place to type in just call?
I didn't see that.
Like, let me see let's see what it says here. If I put in my information, you could put it under the notes. The medical information notes, you could say call husband first or something like that.
Oh, that's a good idea. Okay.
Or if on the lock screen, you could say call husband first.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Okay.
And then they'll know, okay, when I get to the contacts, call the, husband first. Because you could just put that on your lock screen, call husband first. And,
Sure.
Anyone looking at once they look at the numbers, they'll, hopefully they understand what you're talking about.
Yeah. Okay.
So Donna, I use that AA preface quite a bit for files and emails and stuff. That would work here too, right? If you put AA and dash in the contact name, it's gonna
Right. Yeah. I was going to say, you could put AA in front of your husband's name. Because I do that too. Because I have in my contacts, I have, let me see. I call it right at the very top. I just have an A and then I have dash lost cell dash call here. So they just, if they see it, they can just go right there and it's the first contact. So, and it just will call my home number. So, so you can do something like that too. If you're not locking your phone, if you put an A in front of the name, the A will bring it all the way to the top.
There is something about select relationships. So just a minute. Let me
Oh, okay.
go back to. Mhm.
How are people doing? I know Helen's.
Yeah, I restarted and it didn't make any difference. Well, it didn't make any difference to the lock screen, but now when I click on, when I go to that emergency, when I press the emergency thing,
Yeah.
it does say view emergency information and then
Oh.
tap again to view and then I see it.
Oh, okay. All right. So
So-
you went right into, okay. So you are in the, yeah, that works.
Yeah, apparently I did something so that they can see that if even though the phone is locked, they can still get to that
Right. They can still get there. Yeah,
data,
exactly.
but it doesn't show on the lock screen, which is fine. I don't care about that, but I thought it was on
What
there.
you could do is go into your settings and just do a search for lock screen and see what comes up. And if they have that setting, you'll see the,
Okay.
that should pop up. They'll probably have a couple different things about lock screen.
Yeah. It took forever to restart though. So it definitely did something.
Yeah, it put in the medical information probably that you just entered.
Donna, what
Right.
did you say about when the emergency people see the screen that has, the dialing numbers? You said they swipe down twice or something?
They know to swipe up when you're, like for instance, on my phone, if I put my phone to sleep, they see something like this. They already know just to swipe. And when they're at this screen to click on emergency.
Oh, okay.
And EMTs know, they know that phones have emergency information here. They already know that part. So they're going to, when they see your phone, they're going to go look for information. They're going to look to see if you have any, because they want to know, they want to know if you're a diabetic or, you have epilepsy or you have heart medication you're taking, you've had, heart surgery or, whatever, problem you have, you have.
Have you ever heard of people doing their, what is it, do not resuscitate on the phone like that? DNR?
I haven't, but I guess there's nothing stopping you. If you want to. I haven't heard of anyone doing that, but
Well, that's an interesting question though. Like
that
could
is
you
an
have-
interesting question. That
have
is.
your what's that document called? The the
DNR.
healthcare proxy.
I guess you could put it in your in your medical information. You could make a note and just say that you have a DNR filed with the hospital or whatever. You could
Yeah,
say
I think
that.
that's smart. That's
Yeah, you
that's
could.
really
Yeah,
smart.
that's a good point, Carol. Yeah, you could just say that you have one filed already. Yeah.
Now you can say it's filed, but you wouldn't want them to do that on site. You still
Yeah,
want
you wouldn't. I know you wouldn't want them to do it on site. That's for sure.
So the one thing, Donna, I read on this is Denise,
Hi, Denise.
on my phone, was any of the information you put there, anyone can get that by swiping and hitting emergencies.
Right. Yes, they can.
So
Yes,
there's a
exactly.
security concern there as
Yeah.
well as what you're putting in.
Yeah. I mean, yes, you have to be careful. You don't want to put all your contacts in there or anything. Just leave one number or, but yeah, I mean, yeah, anyone can get to that. Yes.
Well, theoretically, if it was a nefarious thing, they wouldn't be calling that person to tell them I just stole your phone or anything. So
Right.
it's most likely an emergency person or
Yeah, it's going to be most likely an
wouldn't be
emergency person that's
calling
doing
that
it.
number.
Yeah, someone's stealing your phone to, resell it. They're going to erase the whole thing anyways.
Right.
And all right. So Jane, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine. I'm waiting for you to move on.
Oh, okay, so you're good. So are people good? You're going to get all of these instructions in the email. So you can, for people that are having little issues with their phone or need to look at it a little bit more, you'll get some, and you're going to get some links to some articles too on some of the emergency dialer, the ICE thing. I have an article on that for Samsung, so people can look at that if they want to. All right, so we'll move on. Let's talk about how you find a lost phone. First thing you have to do is you have to set up in your security you have to turn on Find My Device. And what this will do, and you have these, the two different settings here, one for Samsung below and the one on top should work for most of the Androids. And when you turn on Find My Device, you will be able to find through GPS your phone. If you lose it, if it's in the couch, you can go to the website and you can ping it. I had a lady in this class who took one of the Android classes, and we talked about setting up Find My Device, and she did. She turned it on, and then she went to go shopping, and she went all over the place shopping. And then she, at a certain point, realized she didn't have her phone anymore. And she went home, and then she remembered the class, and she went to the website, and she was able to figure out where she left her phone, and she went back and got it. She was able to figure out on the map what store she had left it at. So it's a handy thing. But if you are the type of person that's always losing your phone and leaving things all over the place, this might be a handy thing for you. When you go to the website, I'll show you what the website looks like. This is Find My Device. You can see locations. You can play a sound over here on the left. You can play sound. You can secure the device. You can lock it and sign out of your Google account. Let's say someone steals it. If someone steals it, you're going to see your phone going away. Don't follow these people. You can call the cops or something if you want, but don't go after them. But you can secure it, lock it, and sign out of your Google account if you want. Because Google, usually you have a credit card, usually tied to your Google account, usually. And if you're worried about that, you can secure it. Or if you think you're never going to see your phone again, you still can reach it if it's still on and everything. You can erase it, blow it all away, and at that point you will not be able to follow it anymore because it will be it'll be erased.
I'm sorry, Donna. I didn't really understand what the map was showing you was. What was the map?
This is the website you're going to go to find your device. I'll give you the link in the email, and it will find where your phone is.
But I mean, the little symbols on the map, I don't really understand where is the phone? I don't understand. What is it showing?
Oh, it's showing where the phone is. Yeah, on the map right here, you see the phone, the little dot.
Oh, that circle with the rectangle, isn't it?
Right.
That's the phone.
Yeah,
Okay.
It's going to show it. And if it's in a moving car, it's going to move. You're going to see it, follow it where it goes.
But
so that's if someone steals it. Mm-hmm.
The thing I don't understand is it says you have to turn your location on in order for this to work.
Yeah, because it's GPS.
Does that mean that all of the apps on the phone have access to that location too? Because that's why I didn't turn it on.
No, it'll just be the Find My Device.
Oh, okay.
You're not turning it on for everyone. It's just going to be for that one feature for the Find My Device.
Okay, thank you. That's why
you can go in individually under app permissions, and you can undo, make sure apps have appropriate permissions.
Okay, thank you.
So this is something you don't have to turn it on. It's your choice. But if you're I have a friend of mine, it's, when she walks away from wherever she is, it's like a debris field. The sunglasses are in one table, purse is in another, the wallet's somewhere else, the keys, it's like, oh my God. So if you're one of those people are constantly leaving things, different places, this might be a good feature for you to turn on because you can quickly figure out where you left that phone, even if it's in your own house.
But it's asking me I have to install this Find My Device thing, right?
Is it telling you to install it?
Yeah.
Yeah. If it's not already, a lot of phones, it's already there, but if it happens to not be on your phone, then it probably will have to install it.
Okay.
Yeah. For some people, it's just a matter of just saying yes, and then that's it. It's already on the phone. And it really depends on the manufacturer. Some manufacturers might not have it on.
Do they have other apps that do this too, or is it just this one special thingy?
That's a good question. Look. Let's see. I'm going to go to Google Play and see if there is others. Because it seems like there's multiple apps for everything. Find My Phone. Let's see. Well, they have the Find My Phone, which is the main one when I did, but they do have others like location sharing apps. There is another Find My Lost Phone. Oh, here's one. There's a Find My Phone clap. I guess if you clap, it's going to, I guess if you lose your phone a lot in the house, that might be a good one to try. So there are some other little different ones, looks like, on Google Play. All right. Just going to look at some of it. John, is there anyone in the chat? Any questions?
No.
Will it work without the internet connection? You would have to have, I don't know. I think it will. Because then it'll just go through data. If you're not connected on Wi-Fi. Yeah.
I ask this because it usually sounds some ringtone kind of to alert where the mobile is. So in that case, I think it would require internet. What do you think?
It probably does go over the internet, yeah. But as far you're talking about the connection to the internet, if the phone is in a car moving along, then it's going to be going through the data service, like through Verizon or whatever. But it does go through the internet, ultimately. Does that make sense, John?
No. But if
Yes,
the
it does.
Yeah.
Phone was off.
If the phone's off, it's not going to do anything because then it won't be able to be tracked. Yeah, the phone will have to be on. So, any other questions about this?
I'm sorry, Donna. I'm still so confused. I installed the, that app.
Find My Device.
It said, location has to be turned on.
Mhm.
And then I said turn on. But now when I go to location, it says no apps have requested location recently. And then it says 11 of 58 apps have access to location. So I don't I just, this is really confusing me.
What you can do is go to the web page. Well, is it on now? Did you go back into settings and see if it's on? The Find My Device?
Now I'm in location and it says allowed all the time, Facebook and Google, which I don't really want because I don't even use Facebook. I don't even know how that happened.
Yeah.
So didn't.
You could deny Facebook if you want.
I just did.
Yeah.
I just denied it. Google, I guess I'll leave because whatever. I mean, it's
because if you use Google Maps, you have to have.
It's the Google phone, so I feel like if I turn that off, I'll get all messed up.
Probably.
But now I still don't see Find My Phone listed here anywhere. Find My Device. Okay, wait. Find My Device.
There you go.
Yeah, and it's on deny. So I have to say. So if I say allow only while using the app.
Yeah, you could do that. You could say allow.
Then I've got allow or ask every time or deny. Allow only while using the app. Ask every time. Deny.
You could just do it while you're using the app.
Okay. All right. I think I saved that.
See how that goes. You can play around. You can go to the website and see.
Okay.
Your phone there.
So the website would say if it's not working, right? If I go to the website.
Yeah,
Okay.
the website will say it can't find the phone.
Gotcha. Got it. Thank you.
If it's working, it won't say anything. It'll just show it on the map.
Okay. I don't want to take up other people's time on this. Thank you.
No problem.
Appreciate it.
Let's talk about sharing out your location. And sometimes, you might be leaving relative's house, or maybe you're on a little road trip. You went out on your own, you're venturing out, and people are saying, well, we want to know where you are. Sometimes you get that. Or we want to make sure you made it home. So there's two different things where you can share your location, and this is all with Google Maps. So you'll have to go into Google Maps, which is the icon. It's got the Google colors. It looks like a hot air balloon or an exclamation point type thing. Go in there. That's going to bring you into Google Maps. And you're going to look at your profile dot when you first open up the maps. You look at the dot in the upper right-hand corner. You're going to click on it. It'll probably be your initial or something like that. You'll click on that. And then you should find on the list here, location sharing. So you can type on location sharing. Click on share location. And then at this point, you can just select a contact that you want to share with. You can set how long. The default is for an hour, but you can set it longer if you want. If it's just for you're getting home, an hour might be fine. Or you can set it until you turn it off. If it's going to be a longer period of time or you don't know how long it's going to be, you can set that. So that's how you share your location with people in your contacts. Another thing is to maybe your progress. Let's say and by the way, if you're confused about Google Maps, I have a class on how to do Google Maps for navigation. So if you're not too comfortable with it, you might want to take that class. That will help you out. For Google Maps, you're going to have to start navigation, and the way to start it is to click on the lower, kind of lower right-hand corner here. There's a blue dot with a right-hand turn. If I click on this, and let's say I'm going to go to the airport. Let's see. I'm just picking anywhere. And then I'm going to start my navigation. Let's see what's going on here. It's previewing. Looks like there's been an update. Let's try this. Pick a different spot. There we go. All right. I'm going to click my start button to start navigation. So let's say I'm doing a road trip. You're talking to someone and they're saying, hey, I want to know where you're going. Can you share your trip with me? So what you would do, this is in a navigation mode. So this arrow would be moving as I'm moving. So what I will do is I'm going to swipe up from the bottom of this screen in the middle of my navigation. And then you're going to see share trip progress. So you can click on your share trip progress and then select someone from your contacts so then at that point, they will be able to see where you are in your trip. So that's a little feature there. And it's for safety too. I mean, especially if you go on a little road trip by yourself, if you want to venture out and you know your family is going to be worried, they can at least see where you're going. So you can stop the panic calls and have some peace, you know. If you don't want to get called every 30 minutes, where are you? What are you doing? If you just want to get out on the road and do your thing. Anyone have any questions about that?
Same thing, Donna, when you activate that is only activated in Google Maps.
Right. Yeah, this is Google Maps.
Yeah.
Just Google Maps.
Okay.
Go ahead. And Jocelyn, was that your question? Yeah.
Yeah, because turning on GPS, I'm a little cautious about that because it's like too many people know where I am at any moment.
Well, yeah, this might not be for you. This is for the people who they just, they have family who's kind of clingy, and this is a way to, keep peace.
I just didn't know when the GPS is across the board on your phone or not. So you answered that.
Yeah, this is within Maps, and Maps is a separate app.
Perfect.
It's a Google app, but it's a separate app. Yeah.
I just want to say my brother should use it when he bikes in case
he
get hit. So
Yeah, I mean, there are times, like, let's say you're going to take a little bit longer road trip than you normally would by yourself. You know, it might not hurt to, or if you're going to go, hiking in, Death Valley or something. Might not be a bad idea to share your, let people know where you are just for safety. I mean, you can use it when you think you might need it, just to let them know. Or if it's just to keep, the constant text and calls, because if you're going to decide, hey, I'm going to go on this fun little road trip, but then every 10 minutes, where are you? If you have that problem, this might be a way to kind of give yourself some peace. Any questions about that? And you'll get these instructions.
Donna, do you know, so I'm in that place where it shows me all the apps that have the location permission. And the first
Right.
one is Android Auto. I have no idea what that is. I didn't install it.
That probably got installed by your phone. Android Auto is, let's see what it is. We probably all have this one. Possibly.
I just want to make sure, I'm also concerned about giving that location permission out.
Oh, this has to do with in your car.
Oh, auto meaning like car auto?
Yeah, it does
Oh,
the
gosh,
the
no,
Google.
I don't want that. I don't even have a car. That's like,
Yeah,
I'm turning that off.
it's a simplified version of Google Now, but it's through your car to
Oh
make
my
calls,
God.
play
I
music.
have no idea how that got on there. I didn't.
Yeah,
I didn't
that's
put it on.
probably put on by your manufacturer, but yeah, it's something if you don't even have a car.
Okay. This has
You're
been very informative anyway. This is, it's
This
scary.
is how
Like you don't even
Yeah.
know. Like I just went to the website, and I think it's for that Find My Device website,
Mhm.
and it said it couldn't locate my Pixel 4, but it did have two other phones. One of them I don't even know. It was a it's a manufacturer that I have no idea what it is. And the other one is looks like it's an old Samsung that I had.
Oh,
So,
interesting.
yeah, I mean that's also a little scary to me that it's showing other phones that I could do stuff to that I didn't.
That's kind of weird. Yeah, makes you wonder.
Yeah, it's a little scary. It's a little scary. I think I might turn it off. I don't know, but anyway, just throwing that out there.
Okay. Another thing to talk about here is two-factor authentication, which has become very popular right now with just about everything. And if you have a website that you're using, especially for finance or anything like that, anything dealing with money, and they ask you to set up two-factor authentication, that's a good thing. Because what that does is when you go to log into to your website, onto your account, they're going to either call you or send you a text and give you a code. And once you get that code, you're going to put that code in, and then it will allow you to log in. The nice thing is if someone were to try to, if they got your, figured out your password to say your Fidelity account or something like that, when they try to log in, you're going to get the code on your phone. And then immediately that you've been breached, and you should go in immediately and change your password on that account. But because you're going to get the code. And if you're not actively trying to get on the account, that's going to be very suspicious once you get that code. Carol?
So, somebody got into my Instagram account, and I just had them for about 3 months. But what's interesting is they send an email, and I don't know if I had set that up or is that just the practice now?
That, it is. It's becoming the practice. I know Amazon does it now too. So it is becoming more and more of a practice on websites to do this. And they'll either send you an email or a text or call you. Sometimes they give you a choice. From what?
The people are in Ukraine, and a friend of mine in my whatever class just got hacked. So we're wondering maybe they go through contacts. The interesting thing is that account I don't know, somehow it's a real old email that doesn't even work. So they don't even have my new email.
Right.
But they must have a password, right, to get in there.
You can go to your account, your account on whatever website you're working with, and set this up to tell it where you want that code to go.
Where do you get this to set it up? How did you put it in the phone?
No.
A lot of websites now are kind of asking you to do it. You'll notice one day you'll go to log in and they'll say, do you want to set up two-factor authentication? They'll ask you, and it doesn't hurt. It helps with security.
So you can't do it on your own.
You could go into your account, and see if they have an option to set it up.
Which account? Your phone?
Whatever account it is, if it's a Fidelity account or your bank or whoever it is, just look at your account and they may have a security section where you can set it up. A lot of times what happens is one day you go to log in and then they ask you, because they've been doing that a lot now, because they really want people to use this, because it really does help with the identity theft and everything if they get your password. Because they won't be able to get in. Having your password won't be enough anymore. So this is a good thing to do when you see this coming up and they ask you. The only thing, it is kind of a pain with those codes. But if you're on your phone, learning how to use split screen mode helps if you want to be able to get those codes in quicker to log in. But it is handy to do. It's a good thing good practice. You don't have to do it on all the way. It's your judgment. If it's a website where, if it's an email and you're like, I don't really care that much. But if it's something that is tied to finance or anything like that, you may want to make sure it's, it's set up.
Donna, I usually use the email option for the two-factor because I'm already sitting at my laptop and I get the email, as opposed to if it comes through on a phone, let's hope I haven't lost the phone in the interim.
Or it's sitting in a box.
Or it's sitting in the box.
It's sitting in the box behind you. Yeah, so this is a good thing, and they usually give you a choice. You can even get a phone call if you want. If they usually give you some kind of, at least 2 different choices you get, if not 3, with most of the websites.
I just read an article that said that you shouldn't do the text or the phone, that you should install a separate app and get like a push or something or other.
Those apps are kind of new. Yeah.
Yeah, they said, I don't know, they said it's not as secure if you get the text or because, I don't know, whatever. But I mean, it's so much more convenient to just get what you already, have.
What's the name of that app? What's the
Yeah,
name?
do you know the name of the app? Because this is a whole new area, this two-factor.
There was a bunch of them that you could do. One was Authy, I think it was AUTHI, and then there was a Google makes one. There's Microsoft makes one. There are a bunch of them. I think there was one called Duo Mobile. Yeah, a whole bunch of them. I'll see if I can find the link to the article.
Yeah, if you can find the link. Sounds like a class we need to have here.
Yeah, it was a pretty involved thing.
Because I know we have a class on password managers. That's a whole other thing.
Yeah, no, this was specifically about the two-factor authentication. Yeah.
Oh, good. Thank you. It's this whole thing with security, But there's definitely solutions out there, and more websites are using that two-factor, and that's really become very, very common. And sometimes they switch you and you don't even realize, and you're getting the codes. You go to log in and you can't. Another thing is to know about the security settings on your own phone. Go under settings in your security area, and take a look at what the options are. Most people are able to do at least a screen lock with a PIN code is good. There's passwords you could put in, and patterns. Sometimes it's just a pattern you do on the screen, and that's the way you can lock or unlock your phone. So there are usually different options. Your phone, different manufacturers might have some different options, but you have different ones that you can pick from. And they do have, most of them, they call it biometric security. And that's where you can do facial recognition, fingerprint scanners. You know, we have the fingerprint pad on towards the bottom of your phone. You'll have that little oval that is for fingerprint scanning. Iris scanning, if you have a real fancy phone, and that will look at your eyes. So you can look at what you have on your phone, decide what's best for you. Especially if you're having issues remembering PIN codes. Of course, the patterns are kind of nice if you can have a pattern that is, you know, you can use. Anyone have their favorite type of screen locking they like to do?
Pattern.
Pattern, yeah. Pattern, yep. Everyone likes pattern. Yeah, so that's definitely in the security section of your settings. That's the place to look. And check back every now and then, because there's always updates happening and you never know. And especially if you get a new phone, you know, look at some of these type of settings, because the newer phones will have newer features that get added. As technology grows, there's more and more choices done in the security area. And then we'll talk about Smart Lock. This will be our last one to talk about for today. You'll get all this information in the email. Smart Lock is a feature on most phones, I think, have it now, where you can, when you're at home, you might get sick and tired of having to keep unlocking your phone, right? Constantly. Every minute, once it goes to sleep, you have to unlock it. Smart Lock, you can let it know that there's certain situations where it's okay to leave the phone unlocked a little bit. And that's what this is. You'll find it in your security section under settings, or Samsung people under lock screen. And just to show you what this looks like, I'm going to come into my security location. And look for Smart Lock, which is right here, Smart Lock. They give you 3 choices with Smart Lock. I've got to put my PIN in real quick here.
Hi, Jane.
All right, I'll show you my phone. You have 3 choices with Smart Lock. First one's on-body detection, which could be tricky because if someone steals your phone, it will probably stay unlocked. You can decide whether or not you want that. But it will detect body movement, and it will, if it's the phone's with you, it will stay unlocked. The other one is trusted locations. This does use GPS, but in trusted places, you click where your house is, where your home is, your address, just like any GPS thing. And it will know that when you're in your house, don't lock the phone as much. Because I still, I have this on my phone. I still have to unlock every now and then, but not as much. So it's not 100% of, perfect, but it does work quite a bit. And you can do trusted devices. Like, let's say you usually listen to music on a Bluetooth speaker in your house with your phone or something like that. You could say the trusted device is the Bluetooth speaker. So the minute you walk in your house and your home and your phone sees its buddy, the Bluetooth speaker, now it knows, oh, I'm near a trusted device. I don't have to stay locked. So you have different options here. If you really kind of go crazy with the unlocking all the time, this might be something to try out. You could play around. Different phones may have different features. Take a look at what your phone does under Smart Lock. And you might find a little solution that works for you. And maybe when you're at home, you don't have to be constantly unlocking your phone. So that is it for today's class. I hope it was helpful for you.
I did put that article in the chat, Donna.
Oh, good. Thank you very much. And you will get the notes. I know the medical information was a little, heavy for today, but that for a lot of people, that is very important to have that information on their phones, because the phone is with you all the time. So that really does help, especially for people who have, if you have a medical some medical issues that you want to make sure that people know about, it does come handy. So you will get those notes so you can play around with it and try it out. Other classes, we do have our beginners class we call it using the Android phone. And we do have 2 of the Android smartphone tips and tricks, number 1 and number 2, that you can check out also besides this class. And we have fun things to do on your smartphone, which talks about fun apps that are out there that you could use on your phone. You'll get an email with feedback form. You can go and fill out the feedback. If you have any new class ideas, go ahead and put those in there also. And we have our help@getsetup.io email, which is used for all types of things, not only just support, but you can, if you want to, maybe you want to host an interest group. If any of you, by the way, are interested in doing something with Android phones where Samsung, you want to start a Samsung club or something, that might be an interest group to think about doing. Let us know. We'll get you going on that. You can suggest classes at any time at help@getsetup.io. And if you have anyone that you think might like to partner with us, you can let us know. Maybe the name of the organization and a contact, and we can contact them. And you can always request the recordings at help@getsetup.io. So everyone, hope you have a great day, the rest of the day, and we'll see you next time.
Here it is. Here it is.
Oh, you've got your phone. Yeah, your nice little project for later. All right, everyone. Enjoy the rest of the day and your week. We'll see you guys next time. Take care.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Donna. Thank you.
You're welcome.